Hello friends, today we are going to see a video in which we will be creating a first SCADA project. The intention of this is to enable all the beginners to use Semantic WinCC Explorer to develop a simple SCADA project. So I will just open Semantic WinCC Explorer software. It is a Siemens SCADA software. In this tutorial, we will be checking how to create a project, how to name it, how to create a tag, how to create connection, how to create a graphic designer, how to change the values, how to create internal tags, how to animate the objects till the end of the video. So this is a software which Siemens uses for SCADA. We are using the version 7.4. Yes. So I'll close it for you. I'm just closing this, okay? Since I created the first project. Now this is a blank window. This is called editor of WinCC Explorer. Then you need to go into file, say new. Okay, you get a pop-up. In that pop-up you have project type, single user project, multi-user project, client project. So in single user project, only you and only you can change or add some things. In multi-user project, simultaneously now multiple users can access the project and do the respective task. In client project, I can get data and supply to the client. It's something like server client. So today will focus on a single user project. Okay. Now here we need to provide the name. So we'll say first SCADA. And give the project path. Do remember that you need to always specify the folder to SCADA projects, because not only it will be creating a single file, but it creates a number of files. So first SCADA, I'll go and create. Okay, it will take some time to create. So this is the editor. Now in this side you are going to get the same. Now here we need to tell it that what is my computer name. Then you need to tell the properties of how the SCADA screen will be appearing, which will be my first screen and all that. I'm just giving a brief introduction of what are the things in the software available for you. Then in tag management. So in tag management you can create tags, you can add the channel drivers. Now what is you meant by channel driver? Channel driver is the thing that I can use number of channel drivers. For example, if I want to connect with Siemens SM1200, I have a channel driver. If I want to connect with Semantic Step 7 Manager, I have a separate channel driver. If I want to connect with Mitsubishi PLC, then again I have other channel driver. Okay, now once I add the channel driver, I need to create tags. So it is going to provide me the facility in this tag management. Now what do you mean by graphic designer? Now graphic designer is in this, I can create static text, static objects. That means I can create the process mimic using this graphic designer. I will skip menus and toolbars for time being, so as it is a first SCADA program. So in general we are going to use only what are the very basic things which you need to know. So that only we will be discussing. Now alarm logging and tag logging. As you all know that SCADA can give alarms. So where to create these alarms, how to give the text, how to address them, then tag logging, how you know that the SCADA screens are also used for trending is nothing but we see the chart of the process variables in a trends form. Then report designer is one thing. Global script is something that you will be using when you are going to use the VB script or C script for animation or for some function which you want to be able to do in the SCADA project. Then you will be using the user administrator. User administrator is nothing but queue. As you know that SCADA is a supervisory control data acquisition system. So in this you will be having n number of users, but every user will not be able to address all the features of the SCADA. So for that purpose you need to create a number of users and give them the permissions to either edit, only to modify, only to check, only to view, only to change, not to change, and all that. Okay, so this is available using user man administrator. Cross reference is used so as to get the things like have I used this number of times, at what locations my SCADA tag is being used. That can be seen from cross reference, and the rest are the very higher end functions which we'll be seeing. We will surely see all these things, but only later on in our next coming videos. Okay, now instru is my PC name. I will keep it as it is. I will shift directly to tag management. So there is blank, right click and say open. So in tag management, internal tags is one thing. Now there are two types of tags, internal tags and external tags. Internal tags means that I don't need the address to that tag. That means I can simulate what we are going to do today in this video. We are going to just simulate. We are going to completely use internal tags. We are not going to communicate using the PLC, but the steps will be known to you. Only thing is we need to plug a Ethernet cable to the laptop and just show that it is working fine. Okay, now right click on this and see. I told you before that a channel driver is a thing which helps you to communicate with number of PLCs. So S7 protocol suite is for step 7, SN 1200 1500 is another channel. Then you also have for Mitsubishi, you have Allen Bradley, you have Modbus TCP. If you have something else, that is open communication, so it's OPC, open connectivity. Then you can go for C motion. For drives also you can directly connect. Okay, so time being we will just go into semantic SN protocol suite. Okay, now in this, to be simple, we will use TCP/IP. Okay, say a new connection. A new connection, you can give the name. For example, I gave it the name as PLC1. Okay, you can give whatever name you want. If the process is known to you, you can name that process as well. So connection parameters. Now in this, it is asking me what is the IP address of your PLC. So I will keep it as 192.168.0.1. So you might be asking that always we are using 0.1, but this is a default IP address for any PLC. You can keep the IP address which your PLC has. No necessary of it should be always 1. Yes, and say okay. Okay, so it is created. Then how the tag will be created? I will just show you. Test 00. Yeah, it is unsigned 32-bit value. Okay, I will say test underscore 01. For example, I want it as real. So what will be the data type? Floating point. Okay. For example, I want it as test 02. See, again, name doesn't matter. I will change it to binary type. Yes. Now it's done. Now it's time to give the address. So here is the address. For example, I am using, click on the address tab. I'm using a DB. So DB1, DBD, double D, because it is 32-bit. So it is DBDD0. Okay. I will say okay. Now I think the next tag is floating point. So again, I can go for DB, or I can change it to, for example, bit memory. It's MD0. Yes. Then I will be changing the next one was binary, I think. So I can change the binary to either bit memory, or I can change it to input. Okay. So input is, I will take 3. So it's I0.3. Okay. This is all about creating tags and creating a channel driver when we communicate with exactly the outside PLC. Okay. So for today's simulation, we'll create an internal tag. Before that, we should always create a new group in the internal tags. I'm giving it as name as temp tags. I will name it as bit 00. So as I have named it as bit 00, so I am using binary tag. Word 00. I want it as word, so I will go into unsigned. 16-bit. I want it as double word. It is 32-bit. Now, as you can see, if I scroll down, they are the internal tags. If I want, I can change this, but I want them completely in temp tags as internal tags only. This was all about tag creation. I will close this one. Then I will shift to graphic designer. Say new picture. You can rename it. I have given start PIC. You can give any other name. Okay. Now right click on it and say define screen as start screen, so that this will be by default a start screen for your project. I will go and click on open picture. So this is the graphic designer screen which you are having. This is the editor. First of all, I am going to change the color, background color. I will click on the window and say colors. Go into background color, edit, and I will make it as yellow, white color. Okay. Now still I have changed background color, but it is not changing. Why? Because very important property is you need to go into effects and change the color scheme to no. Okay, so the change has taken place. Then very important thing again you need to do is you need to change the geometry if required. So I will be changing it to 1024 768 768. Okay. Then I will take a bar for you. Minimum value 0. So go into properties. Maximum value is 5, 0.0. I'm just making the scale come out. I don't want to have this. If you want you can, else you can even keep that as it is. Okay. So now what you will do is you will take an IO field. Say upon change, go into tags, give the tag as word tag. Click on the bar, say color scheme as no, global shadow Going to process driver connection. Go to tag, sign it, update it on upon change. Okay, so save this. Go into my computer, properties, going to startup, global script runtime, then parameters. So go into graphics runtime, say full screen and adapt picture. So this is a setting for maximizing the full screen. If you see, start picture is at the first. Okay, so okay, this is a button for activating the project. I will activate it. Yes, because the maximum limit was 5, so I'll make it as 2. Yes, I will make it as 1. Yes, I will make it as 4. Are you getting the changes? Again 3. So this is how I can change the filling of the bar. This is the button of deactivation. I'll click here. To the scale, I will change. Yes, I will go into tags. Set bet upon change. So actually this won't happen. This won't take the change. I will say delete. Right click, say dynamic dialog. Go to boolean. If yes, then scale should be there. If no, scale should not be there. Tag bit upon change is very important. Okay, go okay and say okay. Now I will say Control C, Control V. Go into output input. Say tag bit upon change is there. Format should be 9 because it is 0 or 1. In bar, we will go into axis and see there are 3 digits to the left of the decimal point. I will change it to 1. Decimal place is also 0 because we are using word tag. We'll change the maximum value as 100. Save. Activate. See, if I change it to 1, it will show the scale. If I change it to 0, scale will be disappeared. Now if I say 70, yes, are you getting 70? If I want 10, it is 10. That's it. So this is how we can create a simple project in SCADA and also animate the objects. Today we have seen only bar. In coming videos we will change the objects. Okay. Thanks for watching.